All right, good afternoon. Our next speakers bring a unique blend of cybersecurity leadership and creative storytelling. Pat Shannon has over 35 years of experience in IT and cybersecurity with leadership roles at companies like CompuServe, MCI, and France Telecom. He's led teams delivering solutions across enterprise, mid-market, and SMB sectors. His brother, Shannon, is an Emmy-winning writer known for his work on Saturday Night Live, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, and In Living Color. He's also a director, author, and stand-up comedian. Together, they created a cybersecurity awareness training program that earned recognition as a Gartner Magic Quadrant leader. So please join me in welcoming Pat Shannon and Sean Shannon.
We're going to have some fun. He did mention author, so yeah. I brought the ringer here with me, so check it out.
This is CSEN News with Chet Barkley.
It's October, so let me be the first to wish you a happy CSAM. That stands for Cybersecurity Awareness Month. So let's get CSAM off to a good start right now. While you're enjoying your pumpkin spice latte, change the password on the app or system you use most. Oh, you just changed it the other day? Sure you did. Just remember that you're supposed to change it every 3 months. My colleagues and I are going to be celebrating CSAM with you for the entire month of Rocktober because cybersecurity rocks. I think I oversold it. And be sure to tune in tonight for the launch of our superhero movie, The Flash Drive. When a young boy is shocked while ejecting a flash drive, he's able to remember tons of info and runs really fast. Wow, that's pretty close. You sure we're not going to get sued for that? All right. Till next time, I'm Chet Barkley.
Be hee hee ho ho, greatest training ever.
You're going to have that song in your head by the end of the day. Just warning you all.
And that's enough applause after that video. I appreciate it. That was really nice of you to show your hearts and minds and appreciation.
Did we recognize Chet Barkley? Anyone?
Yeah, man.
Who was he? Who was he to you?
Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows is his name. I asked because my daughter, she was a sophomore in high school when we rolled these off and rolled these out. And she goes, "That's the principal from Mean Girls." I go, "That's exactly who that is." And he's different. He's somebody different to everybody. I had somebody sum it up better. He's not a household name, but a household face. Everybody knows him. Not everybody knows his name. We actually had him playing a character, Chet Barkley, and it's the CSEN, the Cybersecurity Entertainment Network, with the idea we are to cybersecurity what ESPN is to sports, right? So that's
We have a lot of confidence, by the way.
We were actually going to copy the ESPN font and do our logo that way. And I called and said, "Hey, would y'all have a problem with that?" And they go, "Let me check with legal." They got back with me within a half hour and said, "No, we don't want you to do it." But it was, I was very impressed how quick I got a response out of that. But no, so we did this, and our thing, engaging and securing the end user. Anybody here a holdover from Tim's presentation? You had a couple here, and Tim was telling you, "Yeah, you get this stuff. You don't even have to worry about your users." He said, "Oh, yeah, unless they give away their credentials," which we know they commonly do, and we continue to do that. So, but that's what we really, we obviously have, I have a deep cyber, IT, data communications background. He started doing stand-up right out of high school. And we kind of got back together 30 years later and said, "Hey, we ought to do a program together."
I graduated high school 20 years ago. All right. It was 40. Who's counting? But no, we try to do, one of the big thing is to engage people. And I think one of the problems with a lot of cyber training is they talk down to people. And I think they don't treat the audience with respect, because that's why I think it's so boring. And I think our angle is it's like you're talking to your smart friend, and they get it. And if you treat people like that, they will rise. All ships rise, as the whatever that phrase is. But what? Yes, no, they will. But the more knowledge you give them, and also if you do it in a humorous or an engaging way, they don't even know they're getting knowledge, which is the best part. But continue.
Okay, well, and
First of all, I want to thank Mike for having us here at HoSecCon.
no, that's not
Sounds like a villain in a Mission Impossible Ghost Recon movie, but I like it. No, and
So we kind of introduced ourselves. Let's go through and do. I didn't get the clicker. Should I have the clicker? Oh, it's
Where
up here.
it's-
Man, I got it here. Okay. All right, I'm waiting for that. Okay, so we started a production company. We are Hoghead Hank Productions. We'll shoot anything. We do custom content using our brand and our kind of format, but we can also shoot anything custom. But that's what we wanted to do, and we were doing business as greatesttrainingever.com. And my same daughter who saw the principal of Mean Girls, she goes, "That's kind of a cocky name, isn't it?" I said, "Yeah, that's kind of what we're going for, just to get attention." But we created the Cybersecurity Entertainment Network, and there's our cool little logo. And as we were doing this, we kept getting logos back from the graphic arts, consultants we were working with, and they all had a shield in it or a lock in it. And oops, and it's like we don't want to look like
all the other ones.
a cybersecurity
Sorry, bud.
company. We want to look like a television network, and that's how we came up with this. And you see that little S is inside the C. That's because we do business in Britain as well, and they spell cybersecurity as two words instead of one. So we're very, very versatile. And then our program we created is the Cyber Tips program, and that is what you saw. We've already touched on the background, but this guy wrote during one of the golden ages of Saturday Night Live and
I created the Nick Burns character. I don't know if y'all remember him. The company computer guy. Move. That was my first big hit on SNL. I did not do Ladies Man, but that was a good one.
okay, and I think this is in autoplay mode, so I'll be fighting this. It is, but can you take it off autoplay? Perfect. Thank you, Maria. So. But we've been doing these conferences. We do happy hours for a lot of these conferences. We'll do sessions like this. We're available for podcasts. We do lunch and learns, and this is a presentation geared towards cyber professionals. We're all cyber professionals in here, right? But we also do presentations for the real end users and the audience we're trying to reach, and then for the end users. So bring us in. We'll put on a show for you. Will Ferrell, great commercial, the dog suing attorney.
Okay, let's keep going. Let's go back to cybersecurity. I'm great is all they need to know.
Okay, did we get everything? Harold, you got to check out his movie. It's about a 13-year-old boy with male pattern baldness and all the...
I just remembered that there was a little kid lost out there, and he went up to the security guard or whatever and goes, "I lost my dad." And then the guy goes, "What does your dad look like?" He goes, "He's bald with a goatee." And the security guard was like, "Yeah, we should probably be able to find him by, I don't know, Thursday." Sweet Lord. Sometimes he has glasses, sometimes he doesn't. Used to have a wizard beard. Never mind.
But they did a profile on T-Sean in the Chronicle right before the SNL
nice.
50th anniversary, and he got to go up there and hobnob with the folks there. Let's see if I skipped anything else. That's
No,
it.
man. We can
Okay,
go.
so our first program, right out of the gate, Gartner Magic Quadrant Leader, and we actually introduced comedy into cybersecurity awareness training back in the early 2010s, and it was an overnight sensation, if you will. And our company wasn't a training company. We did this to complement the pen testing services, the vulnerability management services. But this was our first entry into it, and had a hit with it. And so that's what we're really trying to build upon. And everything we're doing now is with our own company. So.
And it's what was proven by the first program we did is that you retain more information if it's done in a humorous way, more than when you scare people or whatever. And we can show this one real quick, and then I will tell you all about that. Yes, this is a fun one with baseball cards. If you like baseball cards and cybersecurity, if you're that guy, this is a good video for you.
Okay, we ready?
Ready? I don't hear anything.
It's Baseball Card Theater with cool tips about password security. First, don't tell people your password. Don't tell your friend. Don't tell your two buddies. Don't even tell your granny. Keep your password secret. Second, like this guy's last name, you should use a long password. And to make it a strong password, replace letters with numbers or symbols, like that. And lastly, just like you shouldn't use the same picture in different baseball cards, you should never use the same password on different accounts. Even if it's a cool password or picture like Ralph Garr, it's a bad idea. If they hack your Farmers Only account and it's the same password you use for your banks, then your cash and your money could be in peril. And that is a bummer. Okay, there's your tips from Baseball Card Theater. I'm T-Shawn. Peace. Be hee hee ho ho, greatest training ever.
So, but that's another. No, please sit back down, folks. Thank you. I pulled that out of a hat with baseball cards and gave security information. I was kind of impressed with it. But
No, he created this medium back in probably a dozen years ago. These used to appear on Funny or Die. Anybody remember that on the HBO show? So him and Will are buddies, and he was doing those, and we've since that is adapting one of his comedy, pieces into a security training, and that's what we do throughout there. Keep it fresh, keep it fun, and make it interesting to the masses. Okay, and it's short. That's the other thing.
That's the other thing. You should not try to overload people. And I know a lot of times you only get an hour for a year of training, and it's a way to. This is like just bullets that always refresh them and remind them, which I think is important.
Yeah, and this is stuff we all know, but this is, I think, a really telling graphic. And that little white sliver at the top, that's you guys, okay? And what your challenge is to create, educate the whole rest of that pie, okay? So more than 99% of the population that we typically blame a lot of, the majority of cyber breaches. So I think anywhere from 95%. I think the Verizon report this year was the first time that thing was sub 70%. But those things, it's just still the wide majority, and we got to bring them along with us. So, and I skipped over that. And that's the other thing. The cyber threats are constant, but we still seem to only train them occasionally. And that's what, and there's new threats coming all the time. So that's one of the things that we're going to encourage you to do with your programs. Okay,
and it's an example of, like it's all the old cons that they used to do back in, in the 1800s. They just updated them for cyber. And so the more you see it, we always like to break down a security scam and how it happened. Like there was that show on Netflix, The Most Hated Man, and how they hacked it. They would hack into a Facebook account, and then they would send to the person they hacked to all their friends, hey, I'm locked out of my account. Can I get the code sent to you, and can you give it to me? And all these people gave away their credentials. And to see that and how it was done, it was pretty clever, and it brought a lot of horrible pain to people. But it's like the more you're aware of that, the more you teach these people, hopefully they will stop blindly just following any link in a email, in a phishing email.
How many people do any kind of comedy in their training program today? Who do you use? Oh, you use yourself?
Yeah,
All
right there.
Yay.
And do you find it to be effective?
There you go.
Yeah. No, that's a
perfect.
great point.
We might steal that one from you. Let's talk after the show, okay? But that's what we're always creating, and always creating new content. So, but that is, the other challenges we've seen, and we work with two of the Fortune 200 energy companies here in town, and they have severe limitations on how much they can even train their end users. One of them, I think, had 13 minutes. That's all the only window they got. So they used Know-Before. They had to pick 2 or 3 videos out of that they could actually assign out and make them take and things along those lines. They rely on supplemental content to keep them on their game the rest of the year. And it's a voluntary, it's not something they have to do. They're getting 80% plus participation out of that. So if you make it good enough, they will come. Okay, and and not picking on the industry, but this material is really dry for the non-cyber professionals. And somebody came up to me the other day, goes, "Oh, so this is like comedy defensive driving, right? Anybody? We've heard of that, right?" And I said, "Yeah, it's like that, but it's funny." But
the strength of that was it was engaging in a new way. And people like you would dread going to those. And then if there's a guy up there changing it up, even just a little, it makes it so much more palatable. And that's what I think is important, is to, try to entertain people while you're giving them information. It's easier to learn that way. Yeah. What else do we got?
Unlike defensive driving, ours isn't 8 hours long.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference. Our brother was a famous comedian here and in Austin and L.A., and he actually got kicked out of his comedy defensive driving class because he was getting more laughs than the teacher. So he got booted out after 2 hours. But anyway. The other thing, developing better cyber citizens. So that is, really mainstreaming issues, cyber issues, to the end users. I have customers who go, "I want to do one on 0-day vulnerabilities." Well, the common lay person doesn't know what a 0-day vulnerability is, but
it's a movie with Michael B. Jordan.
I don't think that's it.
I think it is.
But what they did want them to know is that this is one of the reasons you need to be updating your systems and your software every time it prompts you, because that's where these fixes are coming from. So that's how you break it down to where it's consumable by them. And then, and that's what, change your approach. We're limited on our time, but also limited on what we've done historically and traditionally. And as we know, if they're not watching, they're not learning anything. And this is the one I always love. This is in quotes, but this is my quote, because that was secure the human. And everybody, because we got to secure the human. And they had bad training. They said, "You're not going to secure them by putting them to sleep. They're going to wake up sooner or later and do bad things." Okay, so that's the other thing. We encourage you to treat your users like an audience and not the captive audience they may appear to be. And comedy works. Do you remember this one?
Oh, engaging versus anxiety. Yes, I do remember this. It's just, I think people freeze when you scare them. I don't think they learn. I think it's like, if you click on this, you might as well file bankruptcy. That was one of them I saw, where it was like, sweet Lord. You're fearing people, and I think you are going to scare people where they won't do anything. It's like, and especially because there's all information that is overlapping that you can't blindly say, You're supposed to always update your systems, right? But then you got to tell people, but if you get a random email from you don't know where, you got to check it out before you update stuff. And so I think if you scare people, they're not going to learn that. They're not going to be able to differentiate. That's a good word. Between, updating their stuff and whether it's a scam. So I think that's why engaging is always more better. It's always, and I tell you, this is when you present it to people, present it to like your smart friend. We all have at least one smart friend. I don't. I'm the smart friend to everyone I know, but it's, but it's like, hey, my buddy Brady. That's who I always see when I write these stuffs. So, okay. Well, I didn't think I was that fat. Sweet Lord, that popped a little. I used to be really fat. I lived in California, and then I moved here, and I wasn't fat anymore. So that was kind of cool. didn't exercise or anything. I just got off the plane and people were like, hey, what's your secret? I don't know. Mexican food and beer, I guess. Okay, what's next?
What do we got next? Here we go. That's the Poneman Institute. Now, are these guys still around? These guys are still around. Do we know Dr. Larry Poneman? Is that a name that still ranks high in the cyber world?
Yeah. I haven't seen him this thrilled since we showed a video.
But anyway, the Poneman Institute did a study of a program and with a traditional approach and one with comedy, same exact content, tested the users before they had the training, immediately after, 90 days later. Results were 300% better in long-term learning gains on that study. So this is empirical data that comedy works. 88% of the people actually enjoyed it, which it's hard to get 88% of people to do anything anymore, right? And then,
But also, it doesn't have to be like, break down the wall comedy. It just has to be engaging and clever. It has to be clever more than funny, I think.
okay, and this is part of that embracing. This is really the meat of the presentation. So we waded through all that stuff, but give them something they'll want to watch. Give them, you're doing your own comedy over here. That's the things that'll hook them. And there's got to be something in it for them. So you got to look at topics that aren't just work related. Online gambling, romance scams, all kinds of different things.
It does help if you give them more than just. It's like everybody, how am I going to use calculus in the real world? Well, it really helps if you know what problems are in the real world. And I think that's a strength also to engage people. Hey, you can use this in your everyday life. Hey, there's my man, Travis. But you can, man. So I think that's an important thing to do to get people to engage as well.
Yeah, and you talked about being respectful of the people you're training. Part of that is their time too, and so keep it short, get in, get out. Don't try to do too much. People have been desperate to overload the information flow because they get so few shots at the users. But if you're developing good content, fun content, they're going to want to tune in. Okay. These are some examples, and I have clients that don't do the ones on online gambling. They said they don't want to do anything that might appear that they're promoting that. And I said, no, totally your call. Absolutely review those. But $85 billion is getting spent on online gambling, so somebody's doing it.
Yeah, but also you learn lessons in that you can apply at work as well.
Yeah. And so, what do we got? More and more. Here, we want more. Okay. And this is a quote, and I just stumbled across this quote lately because I just got on TikTok, evidently. But Steve Martin, y'all know who Steve Martin is, right? We know Steve Martin.
Oh. Okay, go. Hurry.
But it's a be so good they can't ignore you. And that's what you really want to try to do. And really lead, raise the game within your own organization. Create that content, be the leader in your organization doing that. Fun, fresh, and engaging. We talked about that. It can't be the same Geico commercial over and over again. Geico commercials are great. They're funny, but there's only so many times you can see the hump day. Mike. That one's good. You can watch that one a million times. But the rest of them, you get tired of them. So keep it fresh, keep it engaging, smart, charming. And I've got Riz. We got some cool, hip, young stuff in here.
So, I wouldn't go that far, but we have a picture of Taylor Swift. I don't know how hip that makes you.
Okay. But that's the other thing, interesting and memorable, and something to look forward to. That's what we get, fan mail and love letters and just great
Okay,
response.
I wouldn't describe that. We get emails where it said that didn't suck. I don't know how much of a love letter that is, especially if you think about it. But
all right, well, what about this, huh? Come on.
this is my favorite training I've done for any job. It's so fun and relatable. That makes it exciting and something to look forward to. That's a sad person. But
Hey, I wrote that.
oh, okay, still, like I told you. I think your son is looking for you. But no, it is something. It's just, and by the way, the bar is super low. to be engaging. That's all you have to do. It's like, hey, you're not an idiot. So the bar is super low. That's what I love. That's why I got into it. But
Okay. All right. And here's the other thing is find extra ways to engage them. Okay. Obviously, you have your annual training. This typically isn't part of this. The first program we did, it was a 12-module session, 7 to 8 minutes long, had a comedy intro and a comedy exit, and 4 or 5 minutes of training, and it had a quiz at the end. It was a compliance-based program. Most companies don't want comedy as their main training program, and we see that. GE loved the comedy vignettes, but it was just for supplemental content. But that's why you want to look at all these different ways you can use this. Tip of the week, we started this venture in 2020 as a Cybersecurity Awareness Month program. Cranked out 24 videos and had one per day all October long, and got some early adopters, great feedback, just about every vertical you can imagine, and the end users loved it. Came back, they wanted more next year, and then they said, hey, this is great, we want this year round. And that was really, and they help write the messaging. So when you're doing these for yourself, think of the message you want to deliver to your users. And you know, one of my Fortune 200 clients, he goes, you know, we got smart people. They've had the training. They just get distracted, off their game, and things like that. So some of the training is just, hey, you know, don't get caught on autopilot. Make sure you see something funny, save it till later. But tip of the week campaigns, Cyber Month campaigns, get HR involved and make it a wellness program and something they can share and bring their
And
family.
also, it's great for new employees. You should definitely have, if you're doing the cybersecurity at your, what is it?
Onboarding?
Job?
Onboarding?
Yeah, onboarding is very important to get them there, too. And I'm sure y'all know that. But
So my son just graduated last August and started a new job, and he sure enough got a text within the first 2 months of starting from his CEO and then from his SVP saying, go buy gift cards, we're doing a promotion. And he's calling around, where should I go buy these? I said, dude, it's a scam, don't go do that. I've got a video on that. You know, I'm gonna need to make them watch. But you know, they scout out new employees and they scout out people that are new students, new, you know, updated their LinkedIn profile. They do the research and target people, okay? Do cyber events. CenterPoint Energy, anybody from CenterPoint here? They used to have a cyber day where they built out the whole lobby of their building once a year, and kind of had almost like a fair or trade show or whatever for their own company. So do events, do lunch and learns, and just really make it part of the fun. Let them associate you with fun. Okay.
you know what people love?
What do people love?
Koozies. So just know that. And if they're shaped like a boot, they're really good. So just.
All right, I lost the clicker. What did I do? Anybody see what I did with that clicker?
Sweet
I only
Lord.
have so many pockets. Nope, not in there.
I didn't do it.
Nope. This is it. I got it. Cyber thoughts. Here we go. Found it.
Yay.
Dude, so here's our
Okay.
contact information. Anybody know who
Someone
those
famous.
people are?
Dan Aykroyd, I know him.
Dan Aykroyd. That's me on the left.
Ugh.
On the right, great blues guitarist and
No, it's
co-founder
not.
of Microsoft, Paul Allen, the late great Paul Allen. So we got to hang out at an SNL after party, and so that's all my kind of where this all comes in together is comedy, tech, me. And there's my contact info. Reach out to us. Here's T. Sean. He's producing fresh content just about every week. So you can catch on his YouTube channel.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you a question? The guy who does the funny things for who's typing? He's typing in my comp. Let's not bother him right now.
He tuned you out about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
He's got a really important
He didn't
email,
like the
I think.
koozie bit, did he? Should have went
See?
with the pins. Everybody likes pins. No? All right. How about stickers? I like stickers. Everybody likes stickers.
So we'll watch this, and we'll close this out with a final video. This is the one we released with this year's Cyber Month program. And it's a recurring feature we do of top 10 list. So here we go. And play.
It's time for Tom's Top 10 List. Our topic tonight is one-named superstars and or benefits of using password managers. Number 10, Zendaya. How cool is she? She was Spider-Man's girlfriend in the movie and also in real life. Number 9, Adele. Number 8, it's a password manager benefit. They generate complicated and complex passwords automatically. Number 7, soccer superstar Messi. All the soccer greats are one-named guys. Pele, Beckham, Messi. Number 6, Banksy. No one knows his real identity, but his work is incredible. Number 5, another password manager Benny. It remembers all your passwords and they can be different for every account. Number 4, Drake. I don't care what Kendrick Lamar says about him, Drake is my man. Number 3 is a password manager benefit. It can work from all your devices, your laptop, phone, tablet, and desktop. Number 2 is Cher. All you other one-name superstars need to pay homage to the original one-name star, my girl Cher. Number 1, since I'm part of the Beehive, I refer to her as Queen Bee, but you regular people call her by one-named moniker, Beyonce. Of course she is number 1. Hope you enjoyed Tom's Top 10 List. Till next time, I'm Tom. Murphy. Too many cool Toms to be a one-name person. Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, Tom Murphy. Us three, we have to share it. No one owns Tom.
Hee-hee-ho-ho, cyber tips.
That's our new ending. Instead of the greatest training ever.
Again, please stop, folks. They're just videos.
And you know, you're not the target audience, obviously. It's the 99% of the people that don't do this. We do normally get more applause and bigger laughs. So
No, we don't. We're raffling off a cookie. I got this at lunch. Dude, how about that painful memory from high school, going in the lunchroom with your little box, looking at all the tables? Sweet Lord, let's be honest, we all weren't the most popular people in high school. I was, but I mean, I'm talking about you guys. But no, we want to thank y'all for listening to us. I hope we gave you some ideas of what you can do.
keep trying everything you can. I mean, change it up, mix it up, keep it fresh, and get their attention. And I think that's it. Do we have? I think I did.
If anybody's got questions.
Questions, Q&A. What do we got? Anybody?
Did you have the roast beef or the ham? I had a salad. No, I didn't. I'm lying. I had roast beef and ham. Yes, sir.
So we're a global company, and a lot of times what I have found doing stand-up training is that what's humorous to one group is not humorous to another group.
No, definitely. That's.
How do you guys handle that?
Well,
I can take this.
I mean, I could take part of it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It depends the group. But we do have global companies, and we'll do like top 10 lists that are like global to do that. But no, it is very careful. You have to be careful with a lot of things, and they all don't fly. But for the most part, like we gave all our videos to, was it New York City? What was the department?
City of New York, 300,000 employees.
And they only had a problem with one video. So it's all.
Oh, wait a minute. We got 10 minutes? Okay, we got the 10-minute warning. Let me answer that a little bit more. So we did do one on a top 10 list on world flags versus state flags. So we do try to be inclusive. We did another one on global landmarks versus just U.S. So we're very conscious. We got several multinational organizations. And we put a British guy in it. Come on, that's international. So
and also, the comedy's pretty innocuous. We don't take big swings, but no, that's a very valid point. But I could approach it specifically to a market, but I don't, But no, that's a very good question. Yes, ma'am.
like just a single video, or do you have anything subscription based, or is it all your
We got super affordable plans if you just want to try us out and stuff like that. I can give you a few. We are on anybody know the National Cybersecurity Alliance? Anybody know the Stay Safe Online? Anybody? Some of our videos are on their website. Okay, if you want to look at them on there. But no, let's talk and we'll hook you up. Okay? Super. Yes, sir, in the back. Absolutely. So we do this rock and roll passphrase, one where we use rock and roll lyrics. We use different groups that are international. So we did a Pitbull, we did a Elvis, we did when the movie came out. So we're topical, but we did ABBA. ABBA, everybody loves ABBA. They're from Sweden or Denmark or somewhere over there.
But we also did some bank videos specifically for banks. They asked us.
So our philosophy or our methodology that we promote in the video was the first letter from each word. Well, we had a customer that said, hey, we use the whole word, the spaces, the punctuations, and so we shot a custom version for them that had that. But we also can, private
we are a
label it.
production company, so
Yeah.
we can make videos tailored specific to your target audience.
Absolutely. Any other questions? Okay. If y'all have heard of not suitable for work viewing, we've got books that are not suitable for work. Okay?
They're pretty rough.
So I'm going
They're
to
funny,
warn,
though.
I'm going to warn you. They're very funny. He wrote these. We've got a couple of them. So if you want one, come see us after the show.
But thank you guys so much for listening to
Okay.
us, and I hope you learned something or had a laugh. Yay!